Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to our auditing standard series. Today we will be doing essay 250, and I have uploaded these notes free on my Telegram channel for the auditing for the audit standards part. So Telegram link is in the description if you want to download these notes. So essay 250 talks about consideration of laws and regulations in an audit of financial statements. So while auditing financial statements, you have to take care of certain laws and regulations as to what laws and regulations are applicable. So we will be talking about first is your management responsibility. That is, what is your management responsibilities. So it says that compliance of laws and regulations is the duty of TCWG and management. That is, all the laws and regulations that are applicable to the entity. Now, it is the duty of TCWG and management to ensure that those are being complied. They will have to monitor legal requirements and operating procedures designed to meet requirements. That is, first you have to understand what legal requirements you are supposed to comply with, and second is once you have identified those, you have to make operating procedures so that such requirements are met. What is your second? instituting and operating instituting and operating appropriate internal control system. That is, you have to make and function or operate your appropriate internal control system. Your third is ensure employee follow COC. Your COC is your code of conduct, so you have to ensure that employees follow code of conduct. Develop and follow code of conduct, and E talks about monitoring compliance of code of conduct. So first you have to ensure that employees follow it. Then you have to make sure that you develop and follow code of conduct. And E part is monitor compliance. That is whether the code of conduct is being followed or not. This is your management responsibility. Your second part talks about auditor's responsibility. Auditor's basic responsibility, he should have a general understanding, because the main duties of the management only. So he should only have a general understanding of the legal and regulatory framework and the compliance by the entity. That is, what laws and regulations are applicable and what how much has the entity complied with it. This is your basic responsibility. What is your specific responsibility as an auditor is, does laws and regulation have a direct effect on determination of material amount and disclosure. That is, does this law and regulation have a material effect on the financial statements either on the amount or on the disclosure? If yes, you will have to obtain sufficient and appropriate audit evidence to ensure compliance. Okay, so if this has a material effect, then you have to obtain sufficient and appropriate audit evidence. However, if it does not have a material effect, that is, if no, then you might perform limited procedures. You do not have to obtain sufficient and appropriate audit evidence. You can perform limited procedures. That is, you can inquire with the management whether all laws and regulations have been followed. Where laws and regulations have not been followed, those instances you can inquire with the management. And second is inspecting correspondence with relevant regulatory authority. That is, so suppose the rule is that you have to file the statement with RBI. So you can check with RBI whether has this company filed its statement. So you can check with the regulatory authority to ensure compliance. Then you have to obtain written representation. That is your SA 580, that all instances of non-compliance have been disclosed. Any instances where laws and regulations have not been followed, where there is a case of non-compliance, you have to ensure via written representation that they have been disclosed. Then your next is with regards to reporting responsibilities. So first we did management responsibility, second we did auditor's responsibility. Now we are doing reporting responsibility. That is, to whom do we have to report? So first is we have to report to TCWG. What do you have to report? You have to report any non-compliance. However, if your TCWG itself is involved, then you have to communicate to any higher authority. But communicate you have to. Second is regulatory and enforcement authority. So if it is required by law that in case of any discrepancy, in case of any non-compliance to any law, you have to report to so and so authority. So this will be a regulatory and enforcement authority. And last is your auditor's report. Of course, you will have to report in your in your own report. That is, if it has a material effect on financial statement, you will give either a qualified or an adverse opinion. This is your 700 series. So you should know what your qualified, what your adverse opinion is. So if it has material effect, then it is qualified or adverse opinion. If you are unable to conclude due to limitation, either by management or due to any circumstances, if you are not able to give an opinion, if you are unable to conclude because of management, then you will have to give a qualified or a disclaimer opinion. However, if any circumstances, then you have to consider as per the situation. Okay. Now your fourth talks about audit procedures in case non-compliance is identified or suspected. So you have already identified that there is a non-compliance of laws and regulations. So what is your audit procedures? So first is you have to obtain understand of the act. Whichever act they have non-compliant, you will first have to understand as to what is the act about. Then next is circumstance of its occurrence, that is why it has occurred. Third is possible effects on financial statement, as to because of this non-compliance, what effect will it have on my financial statements? Do I have to do an additional disclosure, or do I have to show this amount somewhere? So what effect will it will have on the financial statement, and discuss with TCWG and management. Okay, so this is your audit procedure. Mostly this point you will see everywhere. Talk to TCWG and management because you are doing their audit, so you will need to be in constant touch with them. Then your next point is with regards to indicators of non-compliance, as to when you might get hints that the entity has non-complied with any laws and regulations. So these are all examples. This is not an exhaustive list. This is an illustrative list. So first is investigation by regulatory bodies. If any regulatory body, for example SEBI, RBI, any regulatory body has conducted investigations, regular investigation by the income tax. So these might be hint that something is going on in the company. Some laws and regulations have not been followed. Payment of fines and penalties. You will pay these fines penalties only when you do not comply with the laws and regulations. Any excessive sales commission or agent fees. Any unusual payments in cash. These might be, suppose you are bribing someone. Any under the table cash that you are paying. So any unusual payments in cash. Unusual payments toward legal and retainership fees. If you are paying a high amount in your legal charges, that means something or the other is wrong. That is why you are getting into trouble every time, because you may not be complying with some laws and regulations. Next is your payment without proper exchange control documentation. You have made some payment, but there is no supportance received, no invoice received. Something is going wrong. And last is your adverse media comment. If your media is saying something, that means there must be some investigation going on somewhere, from something, there must be some news. So you should dig deeper in that case. Okay, and we are done with this essay also. Like the video.